Hello and welcome back to Best Era Football. This is week number 6 getting started. As you see, the teams are evenly ranked between the 1990 Eagles and the 1996 Carolina Panthers. Both are very surprising 4-1 here in Best Era Football. The idea again behind Best Era Football, these are all playoff teams in my favorite era, which I deemed as the best era of NFL football, which is between the years of 1984 and 2000. One team from each franchise. The Houston Texans, of course, weren't around, so they're actually the Houston Oilers from 1992, and then the Tennessee Titans, which everyone knows, of course, used to be the Houston Oilers, but the Tennessee Titans do have a team as well, the 1999 Tennessee Titans. But anyways, in that era, all 32 teams are playoff caliber teams, including these two, but neither one of these went to the to the Super Bowl in 1990 or 96. Neither the Eagles nor Panthers made it to the Super Bowl. So because of that, the fact that they're both 4-1 is a little surprising when you have teams like the Super Bowl champion '98 Broncos are only 1-3. But you see the Eagles are doing it with offense, and the Panthers are doing it with defense. Okay, not sure if there was a problem there with the intro. I can't seem to hear anything out of my headset for whatever reason. Oh, there we go. Okay, hopefully you can hear me now. I apologize if there was silence in the beginning, but I'll just restate real quickly. Both these teams come in at 4-1. Obviously, every team in Best Era Football is a playoff team, so all good teams, but neither one of these are Super Bowl teams. Neither one of these teams made it to the Super Bowl, so I'm kind of surprising starts from both of them being at 4-1, and of course the winner will be 5-1, which will be a sensational start for either one of these teams. The Panthers will get the ball first. They are the home team. And out comes Kerry Collins. He's at 70% this year, 1,100 yards, 6 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Again, they have done it in two different ways. Randall Cunningham and the Eagles' offense has been on fire. Number 4 ranked in all of Best Era Football. The Panthers have done it with defense. Here's a look at the Panthers' offensive line. Brockenmeyer, Elliott, Whitley, Campbell, and Davids. Carrier, Batuka, Willie Green, and Wesley Walls are the and Johnson are the the skill position players. Kerry Collins now looking deep on his first play, and he completes it to Carrier up to midfield. I'm sorry, that was the second play. Big time pass play. Biaka Batuka, yes. This is the Thursday night game. It is the 4-1 Carolina Panthers hosting the 4-1 Eagles. The Panthers from '96, the Eagles from 1990. And Collins looks deep again, but this time it's defended. Looking for Carrier again. Let's look at the Eagles' defense. You got Clyde Simmons, Mike Golick, Jerome Brown, and Reggie White across the line. Byron Evans in the middle, Seth Joyner, and Jesse Small, the outside backers. A good secondary, Wes Hopkins, Andre Waters, Eric Allen, and Ben Smith. The Reggie White is on both this 1990s Eagles team and the 1996 Packers team, and he actually is the top two in sacks. So Reggie White of the Eagles is number one. Reggie White of the Packers is number two. There is Biaka Batuka for a gain of 5. Mike Golick on the tackle there. Now Kerry Collins on 3rd and 5 from the shotgun. Gets good protection and fires the ball away as nobody was getting open against that secondary. So Collins just 1 for 4 on the opening drive, and the Panthers will have to punt. So in the years of 1990 and 96, both of these teams' strengths would be their defense. Oh, it's a fake punt. The Panthers with a fake punt, fires it downfield, and it's, caught momentarily, but could not survive the hit. The Panthers pulling out all the tricks as they go for a fake punt on 4th and 5. But it does not work as the Eagles recover just in time to knock the man down and dislodge the ball. Terry Hogue, backup safety, going with the hit. And now we'll see Randall Cunningham. Maybe. Nope. We're going to look at the Panthers' defense. All right. Cunningham is out there, though. Unfortunately, we don't get to see his stats, but the first play, he will fake it to Sherman and come out firing on the money to, I believe that's Barnett. No, that's Williams, Calvin Williams, for a 26-yard play. So the Panthers, Kerry Collins hit Mark Carrier for, I believe, a 25 or 26-yard play to open their drive. And Cunningham answers with a 26-yard throw of his own. Maxey with the tackle. And so just like that, the Eagles are threatening field goal position. Roger Ruzek, the kicker, he could probably make it from 47. He would like to get a couple more yards, though, I'm sure. And that's what happens on that play. Keith Jackson gets a 7-yard gain from Randall Cunningham, of course. Why am I watching all the replays here? Okay. Let's try to make this game go a little bit less than 2 hours. Okay, Randall Cunningham now from the shotgun. He's going to take off and run. It looks like spin move for no reason and gets up to the 21-yard line, a gain of 2. The Panthers do a good job of not allowing him to break one, as he is capable of doing that. I don't want to say the original running quarterback, but definitely the most electric running quarterback seen up until this time. Of course, he'll be surpassed by Michael Vick and now Lamar Jackson. He spun of because of Lamar Jackson. Very good. Panthers are hitting hard, trying to intimidate the Eagles. Eagles led by Coach Buddy Ryan, though, probably not going to be intimidated easily. Here's a handoff to Sherman, and he gets nothing. Kevin Green on the tackle.
visiting team here. They get the ball in the opening drive, and they find a way to at least produce 3.
And things are just getting started, so you can't say that they've taken the momentum totally, but a good start towards seizing it in this game.
Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down.
Let's go! They'll come out throwing here on first down. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh shut it down.
All right, here we go. Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
They'll look to throw here on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They
All right, here we go now. Check, check.
This is a strong ball.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays, too. Eyes up,
Here we
head
go.
up, run
Green,
right through
39.
it.
Green,
Back to throw. He sets to fire deep. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
Brandon looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad.
There you go.
Here's the Panthers defense as they get set to go again. And despite being down on the scoreboard, this unit has some
You wish. Vinny, if you're still there, did I see that the Raiders and Saints would be on tonight on the Tears 89 channel as well? So, Seahawks, Vikings on the Vinny X Wolf channel, and I believe Raiders and Saints on the Tears 89 channel tonight.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone.
You have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. And it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe you can start out with a little zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
How do you... What is going on? Oh, there we go.
But now they're in a spot that every team tells us when they have a production means they don't want to be in 3rd and long. And that's because those back-to-back running plays just didn't accomplish a whole lot. And the Panthers bring in their nickel set as they try to defend here on 3rd down.
5 defensive backs.
Here we go.
They're going to look to throw. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up 4th down. The Eagles send out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. The crowd maybe losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy.
And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yards back at the 17.
Well, that's because Stickles was out. Johnson loses 3 yards on that one. Oh, yeah. What did I say? Stickles? Yeah.
And a great example
So this is, yeah, I bet. There's Johnson again, but he's pulled down from behind. 3rd and 9 coming up. So, what do you think about Lamar Jackson? So this game on the Eagles is Randall Cunningham. Don't know if you ever heard of Randall Cunningham, but he was like the original. I said, have you ever heard of Randall Cunningham or no? Yeah. On this one. So I was just saying, the original Showtime quarterback. Before Michael Vick and now obviously Lamar Jackson. So it looks like Sack to the Future will have 3 games on, all 3 channels. John M. will hopefully bring us the Giants and Eagles. That, of course, is 1963 football. And on the Vinny X Wolf channel will be the Vikings and the Semi-Pro Seahawks team, and then the Raiders and Saints will lock up on the Tears 89 channel. Randall Cunningham comes out for his third drive. First one led to a field goal, nothing on the second one. Quick drop here, gets it out to Keith Jackson. Gain of 5. Third and 5, Cunningham underneath, complete for a first down. So again, the winner of this game will go to 5-1, and there are no undefeated teams in Best Era Football. Cunningham's going to take off, and oh, he had the block. Tony picked up the block for him, but Cunningham was already in protect yourself mode, so he slid before seeing that he had plenty more yards probably. I think Buddy Ryan's okay with that, though, as they do not want to lose Cunningham. That, of course, is what happened to the Eagles in 1991, as they were set up to be a fantastic team, but Cunningham got hurt early, and quarterback play was not good the rest of the year. 3rd and 1, the handoff to Keith Byers, and he gets 6 yards. Keith Byers, of course, a fantastic receiver out of the backfield. Can definitely carry the ball as well, just usually not the featured running back at carrying the ball. More of a 3rd down receiving back. Or fullback as he's playing on this play. Handoff to Tony, he'll lose yardage. So the Eagles, they spread the running around. Of course, Cunningham will take off and run for some. Sherman, Tony, and Byers all get their chances. So no dominant runner, but between a lot of them, they get a lot of rushing yards. There's Cunningham. He definitely leads the team in rushing yards today. So he gets a first down. And that'll take care of the first quarter. So the matchup of 2 4-1 teams, both currently in first in the NFC West and East divisions. No, I'm sorry, the NFC South and East division. The Panthers, of course, in '96 were in the West division, but this is Madden 18, so they are in the South. The Panthers, in theory, have an easier schedule as the South contains no Super Bowl winning teams. The '92 Saints, '99 Buccaneers, and '91 Falcons, none of them even made the Super Bowl. So it's a group of 4 playoff teams, but none that were Super Bowl teams. The Eagles, on the other hand, are in a division with 3 other Super Bowl champions. The '86 Giants, '93 Cowboys, and '91 Redskins all won the Super Bowl. So in theory, they should have a much harder time. So by that logic, You would think this is a more important game for the Eagles, but either team getting off to 5-1 would be a remarkable start. And Cunningham's going to go right up the middle and get the first down and more up to the 16-yard line. Cunningham's already up to 47 yards, and the Panthers are going to need to put some spies out there or something because Cunningham is picking and choosing when to tear this team apart with his legs. And now he'll hand it off to a traditional running back, but Tony is not having anywhere near the success as Cunningham is. Sam Mills on the tackle, the little powerhouse linebacker. Now it'll be a handoff, and Sherman gets a little bit better. Cunningham across the middle to Keith Jackson. Short of the goal line, though. Oh, okay. All right, well, I mean, at least at first, a lot of the teams were the same as best era football. For that that comment from Vinny again is talking about, I don't remember his full name, Soundwave something, has a roster that he's working on for Madden 20. With a lot of these teams will be in it, but obviously, as you see, the 68 Colts and 2007 Patriots, rather than the 85 Patriots that I have and the 87 Colts. But again, I think he's going best teams of all time, rather than just in a 16-year window. And there is a touchdown, Randall Cunningham. Randall Cunningham did that drive mostly with his legs. He is a hard man to stop. Brilliant arm talent and exceptional athletic ability. And you see the Eagles now up 10-0. And the Panthers are going to need to do something they're not really built for. They're usually built to win games on defense, keep games close, run the ball, but they're going to have to. I mean, it's only 10-0, so a nice drive here, even if it took all 10 minutes off the clock and got in the end zone, everything's fine. But they need to start putting something together before the Eagles run away with this thing. The Panthers cannot just get into a shootout, though. They have to find some way to slow down Randall Cunningham. According to Madden, both these teams rated an 86, so it should be a dead even game. As far as that goes, my goodness. Tried to throw the slant, but Jesse Small was having nothing to do with that. He hit it so hard, the ball flew back 25 yards. Look at this. Boom, that's at the 35, and it hits the ground at the 10. 25 yards in the air is how far that was punched backwards. Collins out from the shotgun. He will complete underneath. And that is short of the first down, though. Kerry Collins just 3 of 10 as the Eagles' defense is almost as impressive as their offense so far this game. Look at that big game. 96 Packers against the 98 Vikings for first place in the division. This is a pretty good punt. Caught inside the 54-yard line. 85 Patriots and 85 Jets will square off. There's a couple Super Bowl champions, Niners of 89 and the Redskins of 91. Cunningham throws that one incomplete, just his third incompletion of the day. Total yards, it's all Eagles right now. I would like to do the Bucks Broncos. If I do, that would mean all 4 channels will be broadcasting Sack to the Future tonight. That would be amazing. I would like to do it. Fortunately, I mean, I just don't know for sure if I'll get to play it tonight. Got to see what's going on. I know there's some other stuff going on today, and then of course it depends how I feel tonight, how late I can stay up, and all that kind of stuff. But hopefully we will bring the Broncos and Bucks. I was thinking about doing that right now, but I knew that there could be some company and interference and stuff like that, so I figured best era, if I have to step away, that's much better than Tech to the Future and actually controlling the team. So that's why it's not on right now. As far as tonight, I will certainly let you know in the chat. Probably won't be the first game, but maybe whoever is on the first game, could broadcast it to the world once I know for sure if it's going to happen or not. There's a screen pass to Keith Byers, beautifully blocked in the first down. The Eagles are calling all the right plays at all the right time, and Cunningham is making all the right decisions as well. 99 yards passing, over 60 running. And these Eagles are playing almost perfect today. Cunningham on the money again to Williams, breaks a tackle, gets down to the 29-yard line. So Randall Cunningham on the 90 Eagles is 4-1, and then the older Cunningham on the 98 Vikings is also 4-1. So Cunningham may be the star of best era football so far. And so just as I said, the Eagles are playing almost perfect. Reggie Singletary gets called for holding. There's a handoff, a couple yards only. Sherman just 8 carries, 10 yards. When the ball is given to someone else, they are not as effective as when Cunningham keeps it. Cunningham throwing and running has been absolutely game-breaking. Sherman, nice gain there, though. Gets it back to a 3rd and 10. And now we should see the ball in Cunningham's hand. Can he make a 10-yard pass or a 10-yard run? Most likely he could do either one of those. See how the Panthers play it. Will they spy? Doesn't look like there's any spy. They're going to bring some pressure. And that works as they get the ball out of Cunningham's hands. And Pat Terrell knocks it down. What?
And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away.
46-yard field goal on the way and short. Roger Ruzek. So, after playing almost a perfect first half, you have a holding penalty on the tackle Singletary and then a missed field goal by Ruzek. And maybe the Panthers have a little bit of hope here as Kerry Collins is going to go 5 wide. And he will sling it on the money. Perfect pass. And all the way down into the red zone inside the 20-yard line. Collins just his 4th completion, but it's a big one to Willie Green. Huge play for the Panthers, and just like that, Panthers down by 2 scores are in field position to get at least 3. Yeah, will they get a playoff before the 2-minute warning? They will. It's a handoff to, let's see if I could say it correctly, Biaka Batuka. Biaka Batuka? Biaka Batuka. I think that's it. B. I always say bye, but I think it's Biaka Batuka. Thanks to Vinny there. Second and 8 now. Collins from the shotgun. Slings it towards the end zone. He's got a man. And he dropped it. Willie Green dropped the ball. It was beautifully placed. What? 3rd and 8. Collins underneath. Nice tackle by the Eagles there. And the Eagles calling timeout. Buddy Ryan wants to give Randall Cunningham one more shot. So the Panthers. Earlier I realized Casey was right-footed. Hopefully I have fixed it. Yes, okay. So out comes John Casey, actually, for a 29-yard field goal. And it's good. Casey's good with his left foot, and just like that, it's now just a one-score game, 10-3. It's hard to get blowouts here in best era football. Your opponent is always a playoff team. So we've seen it's hard to go undefeated, as nobody made it through 5 weeks with a winless or undefeated record. Oh, the delayed blitz from Carlton Bailey, and Cunningham goes down. And now it looks like the Eagles are content with letting the clock run. Now it's I formation. Should just be a handoff. Looks like we're going to get into the locker room 10-3. Nice tackle made there. And now, wait, the Panthers are not content with it. So after getting the Eagles to stop throwing the ball or getting it out of Cunningham's hands, they decide to go ahead and call timeout themselves and see if they can get good field position, maybe get 3 more points on before the half. So now what does Buddy Ryan do here? Does he want to take another timeout away, or does he want to stick it to him and let Cunningham roll out and see what happens? He will just go ahead and hand it off, and Byers will slam his way up to the 20-yard line. Panthers will call another timeout. Buddy Ryan seems to be okay with the decision. And 54 seconds to go now. The Eagles are going to punt it. The Panthers, depending on the return, could have pretty good field position here. Not much time, but if they get good enough field position, they could get a field goal off before the half. Fiegels with a good punt towards the sidelines, but does not drive him out of bounds, so he is able to get it back up to the 44-yard line. It was Oliver on the return, and now Kerry Collins needs about 20 yards in 47 seconds to give Casey a chance. Put 3 more points on the board. Oh, it looked like Reggie White moved first, but we'll see what they call. They are going to call it on Reggie White. So Reggie White trying to get a head start actually gives, wow, that hair looks crazy. Actually gives the Panthers 5 more yards. It makes it that much easier for Kerry Collins to maybe get some more points on the board here. Play action pass. Don't know who would be falling for that. Kerry Collins all day long. And then he completes it to Mark Carrier up near the 30-yard line. He did not get out of bounds, so the clock is running. Plenty of time, though. They still have a timeout. They can still use the middle of the field. Get a little closer. They're already in field goal range. Collins drops back to pass, and good protection again. He completes it across the middle, inside the 20 now, down to the 17. And now I would have thought they called timeout, but instead they're going to race and see if they can get one more play off before the timeout. They might be able to. Collins from the shotgun now. He might look end zone. He goes short for some reason. All right, 6 seconds. They do have the timeout. They could probably take one shot, but Capers may not want to risk it. Conservative, defensive-minded coach will just go ahead and take the 3. John Casey comes out. It was once a 10-0 game and was looking grim for the Panthers, but Casey puts his second field goal on the board in the last couple of minutes, and it's 10-6 now with just 2 seconds to go in the first half. Good game here in Carolina. believe the Eagles will get the ball to start the second half. Cunningham will just kneel it here. There we go. So Cunningham, 56 yards running and a touchdown, as well as 100 yards throwing. Off to a great start, but the Panthers slowed it down, gotten a couple field goals of their own, and suddenly it's just a 10-6 game at the half. Take a look at those yards. You see the Panthers actually winning on in the air, the Eagles destroying the Panthers on the ground. Neither team has turned the ball over. Here's Cunningham spinning out and getting into the end zone for the only touchdown of the first half. And the Panthers will kick it off to the Eagles. Okay, let's see if Cunningham can get back to the magic he was showing in the first and early second quarters. Eagles leading total yardage 183 to 134, dominating on the ground. Most of that, though, is Cunningham. There's a quick handoff to Sherman. He has 10 carries for 19 yards. Brent Maxey on the tackle. Cunningham will hand it off again, this time to Tony, and he gets a couple yards. 6 carries for -1 yards. So Sherman and Tony together have carried the ball 16 times for 18 yards. But then Cunningham has carried it like 8 times for 60. 3rd and 4. This could be a Cunningham moment. He drops back. He rolls right. Still rolling. Now he tucks it. He's going to run and get the first down. Kevin Green did deliver a pretty good shot, though, but it was a first down. And Randall Cunningham has now hit 500 yards on the season. This is game number 6. So Cunningham is close to 100 yards per game, which is kind of ridiculous. Oh, Sherman was kind of off balance that entire time, and then he got a spun hit and went to a spinning missile dive thing. Cunningham drops back, backs up farther, gets a screen pass to Byers, who gets tackled by Kevin Green. Kevin Green now starting to make his presence felt. Keith Jackson in motion now, 3rd and 7. Fake to Byers. Cunningham will spin out and then fire downfield, and that's complete. And a missed tackle at the 35-yard line allows Williams to get all the way down to the 15. Cunningham now 13 of 17 for 158 yards throwing the ball. And the Eagles back on track as they were early in the first half. And the Panthers have got to hold this to a field goal to keep this a one-score game. That handoff will help. Seems like when the Eagles hand off, that's just helping the Panthers, because when Cunningham drops back, his running and throwing ability has just been so great today, his decision making as well, that the Panthers really are welcoming any time he wants to hand the ball off. Cunningham rolls out this time. The Panthers play that pass play well. Knock it down, just the 5th incompletion from Cunningham. And now it's a 3rd and 11 if the Panthers can just hold on this play. You can hold them to a field goal and stay within one score, which is how the Panthers like to play the one-score games. Cunningham rolls out left. He'll fire it towards the sidelines. Just getting rid of that one, I guess. And now Ruzak. He missed one earlier, but that was much further out. This is a chip shot of 33 yards. Ruzak will put this one through the uprights, and the Eagles stretch their lead back out to 7, 13-6. Actually have not decided what the 1 o'clock games will be. I'm in the 96 Packers, 98 Vikings. Looks exciting, but the 98 Vikings were just on in week 5. So I'm not sure if that one will be there or not. The 89 Niners and 91 Redskins, two Super Bowl champions, is also intriguing. But I think I actually have made the schedule long ago for the first 6 or 7 weeks to make sure everyone was showcased. So if I can find that, it's already been decided. If not, I'll just pick a couple games, teams that I feel like have not been showcased for a while. That game tonight will be, of course, the Sunday night and Monday night games are all broadcast. The 86 Giants and 98 Broncos, couple Super Bowl champions in that one. That's the night game, the Sunday night game. So Johnson gets him a first down. The Panthers would like to hold on to the ball and start keeping Cunningham on the sidelines as much as possible, but still getting points. Collins does have a strong arm. He's gone deep a few times today. That time, Eric Allen was on point to defend it. It's going to be a handoff to, who is that? Filaw. Dino Filaw with the carry, his second carry of the game. Jerome Brown on the tackle. And now a big third down here. 3rd and 8, not close enough yet. Need to pick up this first down if you want points. Collins throws it underneath to Wesley Walls, who gets the first down inside the 30-yard line. Collins, after a disastrous start, I think he started off 3 of 10. It's 5 of 8 since then, so 8 of 18 starting to become closer to respectable. I formation. Collins will turn and hand it off to B. Akabatuka for the gain of 5. And Collins will turn and hand off again, and this time just a gain of a yard or 2. There you see the passing offense is almost dead even. 151 for the Eagles, 141 for the Panthers. Panthers will run 30 plays. And now they have a big 3rd and 3 here. Collins from the shotgun. He will sling it over the middle, and that's complete for a first down. That is the Rocket, I believe, Rocket Ishmael on the catch. His first reception of the game for 6 yards. And the Panthers doing a wonderful job picking up 3rd downs on this drive, turning it into a long time-consuming drive, making sure their defense is rested for when Cunningham comes back on the field. Just what the doctor ordered. Of course, the last part of that is that they put the ball in the end zone and tie the thing up. That would be the perfect, best-case scenario for Dom Capers. 2nd and 8 now. Collins, a stretch play to be a Batuka Butts. Seth Joyner all over it. Knocks him back behind the line. And now Kerry Collins is going to have to throw again on 3rd and 9. Probably from the shotgun. It looks like it. Yes, indeed. He's got 3 wides. He will step up and find the receiver, but short of the first down. So a chip shot field goal from John Casey now, trying to answer Ruzek's chip shot field. That was Muhammad on that reception. Casey's good, and the Panthers cut back into the lead, 13-9. They just won't go away. The Eagles have been on top the entire game, but the Panthers keep cutting it to within a touchdown or less than a touchdown, and the Eagles now have to try to spread it back out. We saw a highlight for Calvin Williams. He's over 100 yards receiving on the day. Kind of a quiet but good day for Calvin Williams. Cunningham will turn and hand off to Sherman. It gets a couple of yards. Sherman's starting to get his average up over 2 yards a carry now. 50 plays have been run by the Eagles already. We're only in the third quarter. Great job by the Eagles keeping their offense on the field. Sherman with another carry. And oh, he's short. I thought he got the first down, but they're going to say he's inches short. And now the Eagles, who have put 252 yards of offense on the field today, will need to get a couple more inches. He'll hand off, and Sherman was hit in the backfield, but kept the legs moving and got Fox and carried him across the line for the first down. Another handoff, this time to Tony, and he fights his way for a 5-yard gain. He now has 4 yards on 7 carries. Sam Mills with the tackle. And the Eagles are out across the 41-yard line now. Cunningham will hand it off again. And Tony fights his way up to the 43, and that'll take care of the third quarter. So, at the end of 3 quarters, it's the 1990 Philadelphia Eagles 13, the 1996 Carolina Panthers 9. Winner is the best record in the NFC at 5-1. Of course, besides Panther fans, the 49er, the Buccaneers, Falcons, and Saints fans also rooting for the Eagles. On the other side of the coin, Redskins, Cowboys, and Giants fans are all rooting, along with the Panther fans, for the home team. Tony with another first down, and the Eagles have run the ball, I believe, 5 times in a row or 6 times in a row. And now Cunningham will finally throw. And throws it right to the Carolina Panthers. It's picked off by Sam Mills, who then destroys Randall Cunningham and takes it for a touchdown. Oh my goodness. That was absolutely game-changing, obviously, as Sam Mills picks off Randall Cunningham. Look at this. Cunningham with a jump throw. Ill-advised. It's the first poor decision Cunningham made, and then he gets lit up trying to tackle Sam Mills, who has just changed the game dramatically, as it's the first turnover of the game, and it benefits the Panthers big time with a touchdown. And now with 14 minutes to go, the Eagles trail for the first time. Well, it's kind of like a chess match. The Eagles were just moving the ball up and down the field, and the Panthers took a 10-0 lead, and then the Panthers, started to make some adjustments, slowed them down a little bit, just kept creeping back in the game, got 10-6 at the halftime, traded field goals in the third quarter, and then, boom, the big defensive play has turned this game completely around. It's now 16-13 Panthers. And see how Cunningham responds. His first play after the interception is a completion to Keith Jackson for a first down. And there is a flag thrown that might be on the offensive line. No, it's on the defense. Panthers get drawn off. So Cunningham responding with a first down pass and then a cadence inflection to draw Craig in offsides. And now he will fake the handoff, drop back, and now he's going to run with it, get a first down, and slide before taking another massive hit by Sam Mills. Cunningham now up to 69 yards running the football, and the Eagles are on the move again, down by 3. Panthers seem to be in bend but don't break mode here. And now this one will be a false start against the Eagles. So earlier they drew the Panthers offside, but this time it's the Eagles that move. So that even things up in the penalty department on this drive. First and 15 now. Cunningham will fake it to Byers. He'll step back, a spin, fire it downfield, and it's picked off again. Second consecutive drive ending with an interception. And Pat Terrell with the interception at that time. And the Panthers have figured it out. The Eagles, again, up and down the field, 10-0 lead. But since that point, the Panthers have only allowed 3 points in the last 3 quarters. Or almost 3 quarters. I think the Eagles took a 10-0 lead in the early second quarter. But the Panthers have made the adjustments necessary, and they have the lead and the ball now. There's Dino Filaw with a 8-yard gain, or 10-yard gain maybe. 3rd and 4 coming up. Andre Waters on the stop. This is a big play here. The Panthers have the momentum, but if they go 3 and out, they could give it right back to the Eagles. Cunningham hit. It looked like it was caught, but the tackle made by Byron Evans was able to knock the ball out of Wesley Wall's hands. And now the Panthers, who pulled off a fake punt early in this game, will line up to punt again here. This time they will play it real. It's a very high punt, a very short punt, and it hits the Eagles. Oh, and Smith able to recover it. Almost a disastrous special teams play there by the Eagles. Wow. Cunningham will come back out. He's thrown for 170, run for another 70. He has 240 yards, 1 rushing touchdown, but he's thrown 2 interceptions on his last 2 drives. So Cunningham looked great early, has been bad in the last couple drives. We'll see which Cunningham comes out for this drive. Plenty of time. The Eagles have already run 60 plays. So the Panthers defense you'd think would be starting to get tired, but they seem to be getting stronger. This is a very good defense. 3rd and 1. Huge play here. They are going to hand it off, and Byers is just going to slam his way for a gain of 1.5, just enough for the first. Carlton Bailey on the tackle. Eagles down by 3 with the ball. 9 minutes to go. Cunningham checks out of a play, and now he will fake it to Sherman and throw the ball into the ground. It looks like Sherman actually backed into him as he was trying to throw it. So just a unfortunate backstep there. Cost the Eagles a play. Cunningham now, he'll toss it over the middle. Hard hit, but Keith Jackson able to hold on to the ball. Gain of 6. Well, the Panthers making it much harder than they did the first couple drives. Seems like the Eagles are having to scratch and claw for everything now. Cunningham, let's see if he uses his feet on this one. No, he'll use his arm and is inaccurate. Cunningham now 16 of 26. Looked like he was going to put unearthly numbers up early, but he has calmed down to just a average, maybe even below average game passing the ball if you include the interceptions. And that punt's too strong, goes into the end zone. And now the Panthers defense has been able to hold up, only allowing 3 points on the last 7 drives, I think. 3 points allowed, 7 points gotten by their defensive interception return. And now it's time to work on the clock a little bit with their offense. And Anthony Johnson says, forget that, I'm going to take it to the house in one play. He is caught from behind, finally, down to the 6-yard line. Johnson, that was just his 6th carry. But he explodes and goes all the way up to 93 yards now on 6 carries. And just like that, the Panthers have a 1st and goal. And now it's the Eagles defense who must stop the Panthers from getting in the end zone, or this thing might be over. Biabaktuka with his 8th carry. So he has 8 carries for 11. Johnson has 6 carries for 93. They do share the carries, and you never know who the hot hand's going to be. Today it's Johnson, but the two combined have gone over 100 yet again. So very predictable. The Eagles have run over 60 plays on offense. The Panthers have run now 40. So definitely a time of possession lead for the Eagles, but the Panthers have the lead on the scoreboard. And Kerry Collins slings it out to the flat to Johnson, who gets in for the touchdown. He got him down there on the run, and he puts it in on the swing pass. And I can't believe what I'm seeing here. The Eagles, I thought, might run away with this. Instead, the Panthers have now outscored the Eagles 23-3 in the last 2.5 quarters and take a 10-point lead themselves. So the Carolina Panthers of 1996 are about to be the best team in best era football record-wise, as it looks like they are going to be the team that goes to 5-1. Cowboys, Giants, and Redskins fans all rejoicing at the sound of that. But Cunningham is still a dangerous quarterback. If we can get back into his first quarter mode. Let's see. He drops back. He puts the ball down and can't get around Kevin Green, who gets credit for a 1-yard sack. Dom Capers has changed up his defense, and it has definitely slowed down Cunningham. Play action pass now, Cunningham. Rolls to the right, he'll tuck it and run again, and he slides right at the first down marker. Kevin Green was about to blow him up, so it was a good decision to slide. He did get the first down. Was not sure if he started the slide before or after the first down, but the refs are going to give it to him. Cunningham up to 80 yards now running the ball. Drops back. He's going to run again and fumbles the football, and the Panthers recover it. He went to the well one too many times. Kevin Green, I believe, is the one that knocked it out. Kevin Green just played out of his mind here in the second half. Yep, Kevin Green. He let Cunningham get past him, but he punched the ball out. Look at this. He gets past Green, but Green got his hand in there, dislodges the ball, and the Panthers recover. And now Kerry Collins comes out. He's only 50% today, but he has not turned the ball over, whereas Cunningham has turned it over 3 times. And the game manager, if you will, pocket passer, is going to beat the Showtime quarterback by a matter of just simply not turning the ball over. Sometimes that's what you need to do when you're built on a good defense and good running game. Just don't screw it up. That's what Kerry Collins has done today. He has not screwed it up. There, takes the sack. That's better than forcing an interception, especially at this point in the game. So I might even just run a draw play here. Forget trying to get the 3 points. Just work on the clock. Looks like Capers is going to go for it. See if Kerry Collins is smart about it. Don't force anything crazy. He will fall over his own lineman. So Kerry Collins, the ultra-conservative move of sacking himself. And it's either a 3rd and 30 or 4th and 30. I'm pretty sure they'll go ahead and say 4th and 30 is what they want. But that penalty, the holding penalty, doesn't change the mark of the football on the field. But what it does is it stopped the clock. Another short punt here, trying to get the Eagles to fumble it again, but he will not do it twice in a row. So a very poor punt gives the Eagles great field position. They don't have much time, but with that field position, they can get just a couple first downs and kick a field goal. Very poor punt. And so just when you think the game's over one way or the other, things happen that keep you watching. Cunningham pulls a spin move off there and then stiff arms a man all the way up to the 44-yard line. Kevin Green popped him in the back again, though. Cunningham is going to have nightmares of Kevin Green tonight. He has taken a couple shots by both Kevin Green and Sam Mills. But he keeps going. He's up to 88 yards on the ground. And now he'll drop back. And it's a screen pass set up beautifully. First down picked up. And Byers up to the 43-yard line. It's a 2-minute warning. Now the Eagles still have all 3 timeouts. They are not in field goal position yet, though. There's 2 schools of thought. They can either get a quick 15 yards, kick the field goal without using timeouts, and then kick the ball deep. Try to get the 3 and out and get the ball back with a chance to get the touchdown. Or they can use the timeouts on offense and make sure they get the touchdown and then try the onside kick. Obviously, the third option would be the Panthers fall apart on defense and give up a one-play score right here. And then, they deserve to lose if they let that happen. Another screen pass, but this time the Panthers all over as Kevin Green read it beautifully, and so did the safety coming up and delivering a shot. For a lot of Kevin Green here in the second half, he has been a man possessed for that Panthers defense. And now Cunningham in trouble, and Kevin Green did not get the sack, but he put the pressure on him, and Fox finishes it off. It's now 3rd and 20. The Eagles have to use a timeout, and the Eagles need a miracle at this point. Someone needs to block Kevin Green, maybe a double team. It's one-on-one Kevin Green again, and this time Sam Mills comes through unblocked. The attention went to the right side because Kevin Green has been destroying people. They didn't double cover him, but they also didn't cover the middle, which is interesting. And then Shad was holding someone else, so back-to-back sacks. And now 4th and 28. Cunningham's a strong arm. He's just going to have to fling it. He does fire it deep, and it's incomplete, and that will do it. Cunningham, 18 of 29, 195 yards. He also ran for 88. A pretty good day yardage-wise, but 3 turnovers. And no touchdown passes is going to give the Eagles their second loss. Now the Panthers just have to run out the clock. Well, with the timeouts, I guess the Eagles can't get the ball back, but there's no way they can score twice. So the Panthers gave up over 100 yards in the first couple drives. We're down 10-0, but just remained calm. Calmly came down, scored a field goal, played great clock management to end the first half, which is weird for the AI. Got another field goal, and then just kind of plugged away in the third quarter. And then the big interception by Sam Mills turned this game around. Also a big run by Anthony Johnson. Those 2 plays basically turned a loss into a win. Also, Kevin Green was absolutely on fire, harassing Randall Cunningham in the second half as well. Now they should just be able to kneel, but they're going to run. So hopefully no fumbles. Hand off to Johnson, and he will get over 100. No, he's up to 98 yards now. They tried to get him 100 yards, but now I think they probably just kneel it. Yep, it's victory formation. So your 1996 Carolina Panthers are going to reach a record of 5-1 here in Best Era Football. The 1990 Eagles will drop to 4-2. Still a good mark, but again, probably the toughest division in Best Era Football. So we'll see what happens, but great news for Carolina Panther fans. 5-1, Kerry Collins feeling perhaps underrated as a quarterback compared to these other quarterbacks in Best Era Football. But he is the guy that's 5-1. Other people want to be him at this point. There you see the Eagles helmet and no Panthers helmet. Very interesting. It's the first time I've seen that. But that's a weird-looking throw, but it was effective. It was a touchdown to Johnson, the only offensive touchdown the Panthers scored. That was the big run right before it by Johnson. Johnson, a couple of big plays. And Sam Mills, the big defensive play, as well as Kevin Green. And that does it. Panthers 5-1, Eagles 4-2. We'll be back with some Best Era Football later this week. I'm not sure what game it'll be, though, so just tune in, click on the notifications, and you will find out. Also on this channel will be Sack to the Future. Before the next Best Era Football game, we will see the Bucks and the Broncos, hopefully tonight, maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll also see another Sack to the Future game of the Bears and Lions on both this channel and the John M channel. Speaking of John M, he has a game tonight, the Giants game against the Eagles from 1963. And Tears 89 will give you the Raiders game, and Vinny X Wolf will bring you the Vikings Seahawks. Lots of action. Tune in to all 4 channels, Sack to the Future. And then after some Back to the Future stuff, we'll get some more Best Era in a few days. But lots of action coming up. Don't miss it. Have a good day. Thanks for watching.